Hey, you guys! Hi! How are you? And how are you? All the way in the back over there. As you guys know, it's me, D, and we are here for a discussion of the boys. And I have with me today YB Speaks. We have not seen you in a minute, and I'm sorry for everybody that's hearing the ice cream truck in the back. As soon as it gets 60 damn degrees, here they come. And that's been outside for like 10 minutes. And sir, you have no customers. Go. Anyway.
Selling the girls that frostbitten shit.
That's frostbitten. They are out. But how are you?
I'm good. I'm really tired, but good. I'm good though.
Oh, I'm tired. That's why we late. I'm tired. I was supposed to do a review for I Love Boosters because I went to go see it, and I fell asleep. I was supposed to do that at 2:30. I was sleeping. I woke up. It was after 3. I said, "Oh, I guess I'll do that tomorrow."
No, I hear you. I want to go see Masters of the Universe this weekend. So I probably
really.
I want to. That was one of my things. The Power of Grayskull, huh? That was my tea back then when
I was more like into She-Ra, and then when they brought back She-Ra on Netflix, I have not finished it, but I did like their version on Netflix, and their version of Voltron was good too. I gotta finish Voltron though.
I heard they might be doing
a live action,
a Thundercats.
If y'all do Thundercats, because Thundercats is near and dear to my heart, and if you were a true Thundercat fan, you know that there was 2 other shows that were spin-offs, Silverhawks and Tiger Sharks. Include those characters because those characters are just as interesting, but do it correct because they did try to bring back Thundercats, I think in 2011, and people didn't really care for it.
They got to do better. I also heard they're working on a Captain Planet.
I don't know if I want that though.
I do, especially in today's time. Like we kind of need that awareness. You know, as a kid, you didn't really realize, but they were educating the girls on pollution and, you know, how to take care of Mother Earth and the reason why. And like there were just so many different educational elements to that show. And a lot of shows back then that you don't see now that were inventive and kept the kids active and thinking. So, you know, that just goes to show the big difference between then and now. And I hate to be one of those old cunts in life that kind of like say that shit because it's so true though. You don't see it when you're young, but as you get older, you realize, oh wow.
Yes, the power is yours.
Period. Okay.
But do you think they would do live action? Because if they do live action, how would they do Captain Planet? Because I don't want no CGI Captain Planet, no shade.
You know they're gonna probably do it like Silver Surfer.
Which I didn't even watch the new what is called Fantastic Four. I'll be honest, I was never a big Fantastic Four fan.
I finally watched it a couple of months ago, and I wasn't disappointed because I already knew this was a different universe. For this wasn't the ones we know. Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I like this one better than all the other ones, to be honest.
Okay.
Except, to be honest with you, like after the second one, they just kind of went downhill.
Yeah, because I didn't watch that one with Michael B. Jordan. The one with Jessica Alba was, I'll say that with the same way I'll say about X-Men. It was for that time. That's okay for that, for the 2000s.
And for the people like us, like there's an obligation because we're fans of, you know, these situations. So I even watch stuff that I'm just like, oh, girl, I just know it's going to be trash. But because it fits the story of the timeline, like now I don't care because now the Marvelverse has no choice but to kind of like start over. But like in DC as well has no choice but to start over. In a way, they kind of have. They've restarted Superman. Now we got Supergirl coming out. So there's just
Supergirl looks good.
It does look good. I'm just afraid, like, I don't want it to be corny. Just because I did not like the other Superman. I hated that Superman so bad.
Listen, if y'all know me, I'm not. I was never a fan. I know you love Superman Down.
I
I never was
do.
a fan of Superman. I never was a fan of Cyclops. Those two I could do without.
The only
Mm-mm.
reason I like Cyclops is because it unfortunately you have those characters that are the catalyst for other characters to find their peak. So if it wasn't for Cyclops, I don't think we would get peak Jean Grey. I don't think that we would have certain elements and how important and integral he is. I'm not a fan of Cyclops either,
Mm-hmm.
but I understand the importance that he plays in connection with other characters. And without him and his leadership, certain things just probably wouldn't be able to happen. But child, we went on this long tangent, but
See, that's how much we care about.
hello, hello,
I'm
period.
not gonna say. I'm gonna be honest. I do miss the boys. I when the boys first came, and I'm thinking about if I want to read the comic book. They said a comic book is weirder and more gross and more vile than the show. Well, goddamn, what was in that in the comic book then?
I feel so shitty because this is one situation and Invincible. I never read the comics and I didn't even watch the
Hmm.
Diabolical show.
I
Um,
saw you don't have to watch. They said the ones that shoot to watch that coincides with the season is I think episode 6, 7, and 8. Am I?
mm,
And I did watch those. One of the diabolical story it shows how it kind of shows how Homelander got to be sadistic because he in the first he was like a Superman character, and when he saw that that wasn't working, he started being kind of diabolical.
mm,
But they're all like the diabolical cartoons. They're cute. Like you could watch them like they're standoff. Like you don't have to watch the show to watch those. But they're kind of stand. Well, some of them are like some of them are like why did you do this? But they're cool. They're it's like what 15 minutes for not even that much. Maybe like
mm,
15 minutes for each one. It's like 8, 10 of them. They're like little cartoons.
mm.
They're
I
cute.
just, I'm like, sometimes I just feel like maybe I would feel better if I
Mm-hmm.
knew, like, because, we talk about Marvel and DC, like, we grew up knowing, continuity and the storylines and
Mm-hmm.
all the things, right? The backstories and origins of these characters. And with Invincible and The
And the
Boys,
boys.
I didn't even know that they existed, because, again, you have these two major, Marvel and DC are huge.
Yes.
They absorb all the space. So you don't really hear about these things until like they come out.
And there's so many comic books that's out there. I was gonna wear this shirt called The Antagonist. I think I told you about it. That is a comic book about black supervillains.
Uh-huh.
He has 6 issues. It's so good. But the thing is, we don't sometimes we don't like to support black, so we don't, because he doesn't have the main support. He has not gone further into the story. And there was even people saying that they would love to see this as a show. So if y'all want a good comic book to read The Antagonist. It's about a black super villain family that when
Mm.
the mother uses they were hiding for years, but when the mother uses her powers and kills somebody, the government comes after them. It's really interesting. It's really interesting. The premise alone sounds good.
I would love to see more support for black situations in this
Hmm.
field because they'll be surprised like how many of us indulge and have been lifelong fans, and we really get into it just as much as our white counterparts are. Like you see a lot of more cosplay happen. That's why I love Megan, because Megan is always representing for the anime girls
Love her
and
down.
highlighting exactly like that space for us that people think that
Hmm.
it's only, oh, that's white people stuff. Like, girl,
No.
no, it's all people
Mm.
stuff, especially when you have our own creating things for us. Because let's just tell the truth. I think we used to have this conversation a lot back when we were doing the Outsiders panels.
Hmm.
There's not a lot of black representation, let alone black gay representation
Right.
in these comics and in these superhero stories. So
Mm.
to finally see things like this, like why wouldn't we support, especially if it's good,
Yeah.
but they need that spotlight to garner that level of viewership and attention, because
Yes.
sometimes people
And
just don't know.
and we're gonna go back to the boys in a few, but I was gonna do this in the end of the live, but you
Hmm.
just opened up to kind of a like something I want to talk about where I am myself am creating my own comic book. and it's gonna be it's starting right now. Am
Okay.
I'm not an artist, so yes, I do use AI art, but anything surpast that storyline, characters, dialogue is all me.
Okay. I
And
know
it's
that's right.
I've been thinking about this since 2011, but in the beginning of the year, since now that I'm not employed, I've been kind of working on it and playing around with it. Next month I am gonna do like little bits and pieces of it, not necessarily the storyline itself, but like little
Hmm.
comic strips to introduce some of the characters. Um,
Okay.
and it's based on me, as I love comics, but also like classic books. As a kid growing up, my mother used to have me. I used to be reading books. It used to be my Saturdays used to be this watching Saturday morning cartoons. After that's over, if I don't do homework, if I don't have homework, I'll watch a classic Disney movie. After that, go read a book. Go read Alice
Hmm.
in Wonderland. Go read Wizard of Oz. Go read the Swiss Family Robinson. Go read Polly. Go read something. I used to have so many books. At 5 years old, my mother had me. I learned to read about at 5 years old.
I love the Swiss Family. I watched a movie.
I do. My mom loves the Swiss Family Robinson,
That was my
and
tea.
I have an idea for it. But when my first when my first book comic book comes into fruition, I'll concentrate more on that because I was thinking about doing a Swiss Family Robinson. What if you have them as a black family in space? Story still works.
Mm.
Story still works. But what I am working on because one of my other favorite books as a kid was Oliver Twist, which I do want to reread it again. And I had this idea since 2011 where you take the story of Oliver Twist, make it modern day, but kind of flip it and have like a ballroom storyline to it.
Oh,
So
that's pretty good.
that's what I'm working on right now. So
All right now, I know that's right.
so yeah, y'all, fingers crossed, prayers up and all of that. Already have pushback from people I told it about. They're like, "Oh, you're not a cartoon." Da, 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 da. And it's like sometimes you gotta just, if you have a dream, just do it. Don't care what nobody else say. And through that, you realize who loves you for who you are and who just there.
Amen.
But anyway, going back to the boys. See how much we care about this?
Okay. Okay. Heart and soul, honey. Heart and soul. Period.
But I will okay, I did tell you I was gonna talk about the good.
Hmm.
Like I said, as somebody that never I like when people that like for instance, the fan base, the boys had a comic book fan base. Um Invincible had a comic book fan base. Another comic book to TV series. I don't know if you know. Remember the Umbrella Academy? They had a comic book before they had the show.
I heard it like after I was done with that horrid
Horrible,
laugh.
horrible last season. That was so
I
disgusting.
just over
Kept
it.
that
Like
y'all, and then y'all tried to be the boys too, because then all of a sudden y'all got so graphic because y'all never was that graphic at first.
I just
The trash.
my thing is when it comes to the boys, Invincible and
Umbrella Academy.
Umbrella Academy and other shows that I
Mm-hmm.
probably can't name it right now.
So
They
many of
give
them.
us really good first seasons, sometimes really
Mm-hmm.
good second seasons, and
Mm-hmm.
then all of a sudden you start to see that budget not budgeting no more,
It's that third
and
season.
you start to see the writers and the producers not give not one single care
Mm-mm.
anymore. And one thing I find to be interesting, I understand that the budget is going to be higher because we're dealing with the world of being a superhero. There's magic, there's powers, there's these special effects. And I understand for years now, ever since people started to adapt these shows, adapt to the
Mm-hmm.
shows and these movies and things, it becomes really difficult and expensive. And I get it. But my thing is, why even attempt it? Because you when you get to that first season, oh, powers, everyone, the Big Bang, all these things are happening. But as we end to season two, going into season three with a lot of these shows, you all of that is diminished. Like for the boys, I felt like as we get to like, does anybody even have powers anymore? Like, did Butcher release the
The virus.
the virus onto the girls? Like, because like you barely get to see any power being displayed after season 2.
You know what's funny? As I was about to come on, I said, you know what? It's all every show to me has a season 3 curse. The Boys, Once Upon a Time, because I used to love Once Upon a Time, but after season 3, what else? It's a lot of them. Invincible. It's a lot of them that after either in season 3 or after season 3, y'all go downhill. Y'all could just do like Pose, and then after season 3, say bye. Euphoria, trash season this season. Oh,
I haven't watched it.
Child, never at all, or just this season?
I saw the last season.
Season 1 and 2 were amazing.
I really enjoyed that show a lot.
You're not gonna like season 3 because I hate it. I think it's worse than The Boys.
I see the clips on TikTok, and it looks like they've like walked her down this whole Weeds kind of vibe. Have you ever seen the Weeds? Have you saw Weeds before?
I know of Weeds. I never watched it. I know it was about a woman that was selling drugs in the suburbs or something like that.
Yeah, once you get down to the final 2 seasons of the show, you start to see they try to make her more of this mafia kind of like drug pen kind of insert. It's just like, girl, like, come on, let's be realistic here. Like, who's doing this?
Well, it's just certain characters to me is like, okay, sure, it's a 5-year gap, but how did we get here? In the words of Auntie Eb, nobody's supposed to be here. Like it doesn't make any sense. But going back to The Boys, where in season 3 they started to get more political. Do I like it? Yes, but also like you said, it's still a superhero show. There's things like budget and all that's happening, but that's when. Okay, and maybe I don't know, maybe because I'm not in the entertainment business like that. But would you be afraid, even though you're a big show on Amazon, to do like a GoFundMe? Do something, make the show as big as people love The Boys. People still, even after this lackluster season or finale, really, people still love The Boys. I would still go back and watch the whole series over again.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I feel like 7 years of my life was wasted, child.
And that's another thing. Why all these gaps in all these shows now? And then y'all give us 8 episodes, not even 10.
And then it's not even good quality. Like, again, and then when I mean quality, I'm not just talking about special effects. We're talking about like things that are connected, that should be connected, and they just don't make any sense. So I just kind of want to dive right into the obvious. So, of course, we're going to talk about probably the entirety of this series and give our little thoughts. But I always love history, and history will prove this. If we look at season 1 up into before we even touch this season, Homelander was made out to be the evil version of Superman. Now, less durability. We know he's nowhere near his power level. We know that. But nonetheless, one of the most feared, most powerful beings in his particular universe.
Yeah.
Why is it that when we get to this series finale, it's like you could see the chains holding him up in the studio. It's as if, like, how you're talking about someone who can break the sound barrier, and how they contradicted themselves is in that very episode when Father brought that rich bitch who's supposed to be like Jeff Bezos or Elon Musky girl.
Yeah,
he within 1.5 seconds flew that man into space and came back down. How does William Butcher and Kimiko, and even Ryan, for instance, have the speed capability to keep up with him? If he wants to escape, he can escape. It was also proven in that episode. I'm getting mad now. It was proven in that episode when Soldier Boy, Butcher, and Huey were holding him down.
Yes, and the Herogasm thing.
Yes,
Herogasm, and he got so. It gave Goku. He got so mad he threw them off and flew. but they
And I
almost
do want
overpowered
people to
him.
understand because I know some people are like, oh, he took the V1. The V1 gives more immortality. It doesn't give you increased strength. It doesn't increase your
Yeah.
power level. But again, you would think with that in mind
Hmm.
and the fear of losing that, you would have decapitated Kamiko. You Butcher and his little tentacles shouldn't have been able to do anything to you.
I hated that power. It didn't make no damn sense.
Your eye beams took down a plane with one hit. How is
Mhm.
it that these every time you're hitting them, it seems like it's not effective?
It's the writing because I also have to say the same thing about Sister Sage. She is the smartest woman in the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she can only be as smart as the writers are.
That's true.
Cause her plan didn't make no damn sense. She wanna get rid of the word so she could stay in her bunker and read. That makes no sense.
Hmm.
When she said in the fourth season, when she said, "I wanted to see that I could do it," that made more sense. That made more sense. I thought her big plan was that she wanted to like resurrected her grandmother or prove to the world that she is smart because they when she remember when she said in season 4 that she created this thing that cured cancer and they looked at her black female self and said, "Girl, get that out of here, black
Yeah, I think
woman."
she said she was like 10 years old or
Yeah, they
something like
looked at
that.
us a young. That I thought that was so interesting. That made me lean in and
Mm-hmm.
wanted to be more, but y'all did nothing with it. The same thing with Marie Monroe. Wasn't she supposed to be the one to defeat Homelander? Stop playing
I,
with me.
I'm not. I don't. Again, I don't know the continuity of the past of this, so I don't know what she was supposed to do. But
In
all I know is
in
that,
Genevieve, they said that she was as strong as Homelander.
well, again, they made a lot of implications in this whole thing. Like, even again, I'm just upset Homelander is, considered to be this all powerful being and Superman levels type of strength, and you're telling me that he's taken down by foolishness, like
Right.
people who shouldn't be able to hold a candle to him. His speed alone is dangerous. He kept up with A Train the whole time.
he
You know what
almost
I'm saying?
didn't. He almost didn't though.
I know he almost didn't, but the fact that he did,
That
though,
he did.
within seconds, we're not even talking about seconds. We're talking about part, like point, like,
Hmm.
girl, how do you get caught up like that? And again, like you said, poor writing and just these people were not thinking, they were rushing this. Just
They
like the
was
final season of Game of Thrones, like y'all rushed this stuff.
the
And it
final
made no
season of Pose.
sense.
Y'all rushed everything. Like it's like y'all just want to get rid of it. No, make it make sense. As you guys are coming in, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and also subscribe to YB's channel. It's right there as well. So go
Period.
go.
Thank you.
He talks about a whole peripheral of things. I do miss your car conversations.
I'm coming back, child. I need a little
Please
break,
do.
honey.
Cause I'll be in the gym listening. Cause when you be like, oh, I just came out the gym, child. I'll be like, I'm in there with you. Sometimes I don't even listen to music. I listen to you as I'm in the gym myself. But I do
Okay. Thank
I
you.
do appreciate you. I miss your and I love his as you guys see, he's honest as hell. He don't care about nobody what nobody gotta say. He's an
Period.
honest person. She was supposed to be right, she was supposed to be Homelander's equal, and all of a sudden, hold on. Okay, I was sharing like a playback. Um yeah, she was supposed to be his equal, and all of a sudden y'all just had her in the last two. Why am I hearing like a echo? Let me
Oh, I
see.
don't hear that. I hear TV playing.
Oh, you hear T? Wait, hold on.
Yeah, I hear TV playing. I don't hear echo. But yes, child. Shout out to D Honey, Hello God, for hosting this wonderful conversation piece as it relates to the failure, okay? The failure of the boys, especially as it relates to this final season.
Sorry about that, y'all. But
Yeah,
yeah,
you're good.
like they had Marie Monroe was supposed to be like this ever so powerful person, and then even the way how y'all killed off Newman in season 4 was stupid.
You gas these characters up to be so powerful, and then when you
Hmm.
put them in situations where they should be way more powerful than their opponents, and then all of a sudden that person, it just was not making sense. So it was like y'all were rushing since that season, I believe. Because let's just tell the truth, season 1 and season 2, although season 2 is controversial and disgusting as it was, visually speaking, story wise, they were done masterfully. But at honestly, as we got into season 3, 4, and this 5, hell no. They really screwed it. And when we talk about connecting things together, the things that I think pissed the fans off is you got to set up with Gen V. Rest in peace, the homeboy. I understand, but the show must go on. Like, y'all did that shit with Chadwick Boseman, girl. Y'all got too personal. You can recap. These are characters, honey. Unfortunately, yes, our hearts, our minds, our prayers, our thoughts are with the families, girl. We bereave the girls, but the show must go fucking on, honey. Recast. Keep the story going. This was just a perfect excuse, unfortunately, a perfect excuse to go ahead and just end it all because you want to bring out that racist shit, Vault Rising later on.
Listen, I will watch Vault Rising, but why are we giving Clara a storyline? Why are we giving this Nazi a storyline when y'all canceled Gen V that had so much potential? But I will say this: y'all didn't know how to. Y'all had a whole show with a black woman, a queer black woman now. Y'all didn't know how to handle her character at all. Y'all did not know how to handle this black woman as a character. Because certain things y'all had her do even in season 2, I was like, how? Why?
There's so much potential with the Bloodbender child. Like
so much.
There's so much they could have did with that story. But you know what? I knew from season 1 they were gonna cancel it. You know how I knew? Look at the powers of these people. Girl, you have people that are farting fucking portals. You got these people, these weird powers. So weird. It's just like, why can't you give these people some like extraordinary powers? Like, who cares about? Remember the guy with the webs that they had to use in order to find out? That was disgusting.
It was so disgusting.
Throw up.
That I hated that. It's so many when I revisit it sometimes, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm not watching this part. It's so
remember the first season. Remember the first season with the little guy who made himself small, and then he was going.
That I can't look at that because when he didn't he sneeze or something?
Yes,
and they exploded at me.
I was over it.
What was the sense of y'all having him go inside of somebody's dick? And it didn't make no damn sense.
Erection, disgrace, erection, disgrace.
Disgusting. It didn't make no sense.
He was doomed from the day he was made. Yes, honey. It's crazy how that can relate to almost any situation, honey. Okay. But you know what though? That's what made that first season so interesting, and like I think what drew people in, especially that episode with the plane. With him,
I was about to say that because I've heard about this. I said, "What is this, The Boys?" I was like, another." I'm like, it gave me superhero spoof because I was like, "What is this fake
Justice League, honey,
Justice League thing?" And then I heard about the thing about the plane. I said, "Oh, that sounds interesting." Actually, I was at somebody's house. And they were playing it. And what got me to even watch it that same day when I went home is the A-Train thing. When he's on the thing, and then all you see is like that. Oh, that cinematography was amazing. When he's talking to Robin. First of all, why are you on the curb, sis? Get your ass on the sidewalk. And he talks to her, you hear zoom, and then you just see the blood and the way they film it so good. So good.
And I don't think, and you know what I loved about that particular moment? It highlighted, because no other show did this, no other movie did this. It highlighted that, damn, I never thought a speedster could actually do that. But when you think about it, yes, they can do that. This is the first time you actually see that visually, and I like how they did that.
Was it outlandish? Yes, but it was needed.
I mean, this was a really good the literal representation of opposites. So imagine the Justice League, just not evil, but just cavalier, not caring, racist, leaning into the racist mindsets, the more evil, villainous kind of vibes. Like again, we kind of saw that potential with the evil Superman version when they did that whole storyline when he, the Joker played on him, child. and Superman got into his order and we're gonna bring order to chaos vibe, honey, and put the girls under heel, bitch. Period. And we saw that potential and like what that could look like for us. If
Yes.
someone that powerful turned evil. So I kind of like this whole contrast because I'm not gonna lie, I've always been a go up for the villains kind of person,
I love
and
the
not all the time.
anti-heroes I've always loved. So like a Harley Quinn, I love. Like a Deadpool, I always love. Like, yes, why let's kill these people. Why be sparing the lives of villains that will kill you
Like,
as
just
soon as
let's go.
you release them
Exactly.
out of jail? They're gonna kill all of us. Kill them now.
Exactly. That's why I stood with Superman during his time. I was like, yeah, girl. And that's why I was like, Wonder Woman was feeling the tea too. I said, yes, girl. Let's
Wonder
get
Woman,
these girls
because Wonder
together.
Woman is a warrior. She is so cutthroat. I love Wonder
Mhm.
Woman.
If they just do her right in the live world, I'll be
They ever
fine
do her
too.
live in the do her right in the live world, exactly. But with the boys, it always gave me like a not necessarily, yeah, parody, but also like a look into real life. Like we put like people like um I'm just say random celebrities like Usher or Meryl Streep or Anna Faris. We put those on a pedestal, but how are they behind closed doors? That it
Mm.
always gave me that thought. I'm like, okay, yeah, we putting these heroes on a pedestal, but how are they behind closed doors? Because A Train wasn't shit, and I did like his redemption arc, but then in the first episode, y'all kill him off. Okay, then what was the point of giving him a redemption arc? The redemption arc was done so well, but y'all kill him off in the first episode.
Yeah.
Shout out
I
to the
mean,
fact.
they had to rush it somehow. And A Train would have been too much of a force to control later on down the road.
True,
When you
because he
think
is
about it.
powerful. He is A Train is powerful now that he got that new racist heart.
Okay.
Because that was done well too, where they had like the Black Lives Matter versus like because that superhero was supposed to be like what like a racist cop.
Well, they did a really good job of depicting the times and, being in the environment that we're in politically, economically, and just like the civil unrest of it
Mhm.
all. Um, the depiction of Donald Duck, the depiction of,
Oh,
how Congress is running and how people look
mhm,
at things. I find it interesting that in the moments of their premiering their seasons, they
mhm.
were dead center in what was actually going on in our current reality. So I do commend
Yeah,
the boys for kind of like doing
I
that
did
and
love that.
giving that to us. And
Hmm.
no matter how disgusted we were with season 2, I like that it's a reality.
It is.
People like it's. I was so disgusted with
Oh
that
yeah,
season,
when
but
she.
I watched it nonetheless because I
Mhm.
understand it is based in what our reality actually
It's
is.
it's based. They did a good job at realism.
Yes,
They did a
exactly.
really good job at realism. But I will say when it started to go into like season three, season four, they did mostly lean too much or mostly into like the political side.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Which
It was
where yes, it's a parody, but also where is the action? Where is the powers? And speaking of powers, in the comic book, Mother's Milk has powers because he's supposed
oh
to be like a Luke Cage. Why y'all? And here's the thing: I'm gonna say this because this is the truth. A lot of I don't like, and I say this even with Euphoria. I don't like when white writers write for black characters.
mm,
Same thing about LGBT. I don't like when people that are not of that community write for those. I would even say I don't even want a gay man to write for a trans character unless you
mm,
have somebody else supporting you because you don't live that so you can't it's not going to be as organic as somebody that is living in that lifestyle. Like who is writing for Marie, who is writing for and that's why I shout outs to those characters because I like I think with with his t-shirts, I think that was Lance Alonso. And I like that he did incorporate his character in there because that did give a black person.
right.
Because certain things that he did, why is he drinking? Well, I didn't understand it, but why is he drinking water out the toilet? That didn't make, man, please.
Mm. Yeah, they
But
definitely messed up a lot of
yeah, I just
things
need
and didn't make it
even.
make sense. Like I really would have liked for them, even with Annie.
I
I
was about
read.
to say with Starlight, y'all, her character went downfall for me. It was she was doing things that I'm like, Annie ain't gonna do that shit. I'm sorry.
Well, not even that though. I just felt like, where is the explanation of the advancement of her powers?
Okay.
I would have loved more education on, like, again, they can never assume that people read their comic books or
Yeah.
understand these origin stories. So I think for someone who needed electric things of electronic or electricity around her to absorb it, now she doesn't necessarily need that. I would have just loved more explanation. And then I'm not gonna lie, I kind of low key forget because they actually never really used Homelander's X-ray vision before. So I low key forgot that he had that ability. They
And
mentioned it in season 1 or 2, I believe,
Mhm.
and then they revisited it again in this past the last season they just had.
and they never like showed you visually. They just
No, they
he'll just
didn't.
talk, he'll just say something. But I liked when shows like that, even his super hearing, like for instance, I forgot what it was. It was some character had super hearing, and they like kind of did a close up of the air inside of the ear, and then they went back out and to show that they can hear miles away.
Mm,
I need a sometimes we do need a visual. Now,
yeah,
going back to the comics where like you said, people don't read the comic books, but that's why we create these stories. That's why we make the TV shows. That's why we make the movies. Same thing with Marvel and DC. Y'all make these TV shows and movies so people can read the comics.
I mean, yeah, you kind of want them to get
Mhm.
ensnared in the trap of it all. Like, why do you think a lot of these other platforms have such a huge following even to this day? You
Mhm.
got kids ain't finna read the comic books now, but
Kids don't
when
read
they watch
shit.
these when you watch the movies and you watch these
Uh,
shows, that might intrigue them to want to know more about these particular characters. And obviously they're doing that because those platforms are still alive and well and doing very well to this day, even with a lot of the trash that they've been putting out. So
Emphasis on trash because
mhm.
it's nothing out right now. Not nothing, but it's a lot of things that's out right now that I'm like I'm not giving my time or my dedication to watch that. I'm sorry.
Well, they need to. I think people need these platforms because they understand like money is like really scarce now. There's, especially in Hollywood, there's not a lot of
Yeah.
studios that are active. A lot of people are outsourcing
Hmm.
to, overseas. A lot of these people are relying on AI and, different avenues is going to save them some money because there just is no more money. A lot of studios get funding from rich people and, people that have certain interest in movies being developed. There's a lot of people that ain't giving their money no more. So I think if you're going to do something that is going to require a pretty large budget, because you once you hear powers, superhero, this type of action, just know you're going to be spending some coins. So if
Hmm.
you're going to cut around or try to like save some money here and there, do it on things like, I don't know, costume. I don't care. But girl, I need to see the powers. We need to see the action. We need to be enveloped in this thing because this is not just some one off. We're talking about a season of something that has a fandom and you're trying to build a fandom. How do you keep that going? How do you keep us interested in your spin-offs if you even decide to have any, as we see that they are doing anyway with Gen V, canceled now, but at the time, and then you have this rising situation happening. Like you want to keep us like even with Game of Thrones, I don't even think that their spinoffs have really done that well because of the disappointment of their last 2 seasons.
Hmm.
So like these studios need to be, not the studios, but these people need to be mindful. How do you keep it going? You keep it going by spending that bread and making sure that these writers are actually taking good care of these characters and giving us what we need. Because when you look at season one, season two of this series of The Boys, you're set up to believe that, wow, like season seven, not seven, see the last season five, right? Should have been
Yeah.
visually and storyline the best through and through.
Hmm.
And that's just how I feel. Like when you talk about a character like Homelander, like there were so many alternate endings. Like of course he must die, period.
Hmm.
But it's how he dies that would have meant so
Yes.
much to people. Like you have this weird ass way of going out, this weak ass way of going out, if we just want to tell the truth. And we've seen him go up against stronger characters and not be as defeated and still be able
Hmm.
to escape. I just don't understand. You're talking about a man who is strong as hell, but being pushed back by minor inconveniences. That's weird to me.
Hmm.
And and that shows purposeful. willingness to depower someone because you want to rush this season so you can get on to the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
That or you're broke.
To me, it was no reason for y'all to do the whole Kimiko storyline because, like I said, y'all said in Gen V that Marie was as strong as Homelander. Don't understand why she was not in this final battle, but okay.
There should
Um,
have been flashbacks of her training. Why wasn't Annie and everybody doing everything in their
mhm,
power to train the fuck out of this girl? We should have been able to see that kind of development, and especially since Gen V was already canceled
mhm,
prior to this, right? You could have incorporated her and some of her homegirls into
mhm.
this season little by little, but still give us what we need, require, and desire
Exactly.
as it relates to connecting everything.
Marvel that's what Marvel used to do back in the day. Remember how they introduced T'Challa to us in Civil War, which was actually one of my
Yep,
favorite.
exactly.
The way how they introduced him. Um, I will say the death of what's his name? The death of Homelander. They kind of mimicked the comic book with the whole him they opening his skull with the crowbar, but
Uh-huh.
in the comic book, who it's a clone. In the comic book, it's revealed that Black Noir is a clone of Homelander.
Ah.
They didn't do that in this, which where Black Noir could have been big too, because I would actually want to see a spin-off of Black Noir.
I'm sorry. Those episodes where he was seeing them damn birds and them cartoon
I
characters,
didn't really care for that.
I have fast forward that. I was like, this is just too much for me, girl. I'm over this. Like, this is the best that we get with this particular character who is feared amongst all the girls. Like, I just have
Mhm.
no desire whatsoever to even pay attention to him.
Again, y'all don't know how to write for black characters. I'm sorry.
Even if we're speaking of him, when we're talking about his motherfucking his reprisal, that guy, he can fly, you have all this power, but then you get taken out by the deep.
Exactly, and the deep was in this for way too long. Y'all should have been. Why was he? Why was he even? He should have been gone since season one. I cannot stand his character. Shout outs to the actor that played him. You did a great job. And even his death, I needed more. I needed more. I needed to see more. And people that said that, oh, um, allowing him to die is not as bad. Yes, it is. Kill him. Why is he living? Kill him.
I just don't get these people. I just
I
they're
don't get it.
so
I don't get it.
like I just
His death was so lackluster.
it just didn't make sense to me. I just felt like there could have been so much that they could have done,
Yeah.
and they didn't do it. And
Is it the worst finale? No, but it was
yes, it
very like.
is. It really, yes, it is. And I've seen a lot. You know me, I'm a big TV show movie guy. I love stuff.
Uh-huh.
This has to be the worst series finale season for
Worse than Game of
season.
Thrones? Because that
Yes,
was
yes, yes.
that was a
At
grievous.
least we got fire, blood, and death. At least we got to see Dracarys upon the girls. Yes,
That
yes.
Dracarys made no sense. I'm watching. I'm like, so Arya Stark is now all of a sudden the Flash. She's homeland. She's A-Train. She just dodging. She little kid. She just dodging through people. She not please. And I love Arya. Arya's my favorite character. Her and Daenerys. But
All right, Lady
the way
Sansa
how
had
I'm
the
like,
best character development to me.
she did. But I definitely the actor. She did so good because she
Lady
was
Sansa.
Lady Sansa, but because she had this mentality of this fairy tale princess in the first season.
Child, the way they had to get her together, it was
Yeah,
unfortunate, but that was some really
yeah.
good writing, some really good acting. Like that
Mhm.
was peak T right there, girl.
The
Like,
death of Joffrey, everybody. Oh, now see, that was a good death because we didn't see
mm-hmm,
that coming. And then when Lady Orlando, when she said,
mm-hmm,
"Let her know that I did it,"
mm-hmm.
so
Period.
yeah. But yeah, I don't know if I have any more else to say about about the boys. I mean, it was good. I had fun. Shout outs to y'all. Well, for the
No,
most part, I mean, I had fun
no.
first two seasons. 3
Those
seasons.
felt again. The first two were the tea. Like you just, it's just a lot that they could have
Mm-hmm.
done, and I just don't want people attempting these feats anymore. If you're not going to be able to bring full
Mm-hmm.
completion to these stories, the characters, like, and then okay, Annie's pregnant in the end.
Okay.
So is she going to have a superhero baby?
That's my question too. And how did y'all did not explain it? How did Ryan's powers go away? Wasn't he born a soup?
Exactly.
I don't know. A
But
lot of
it's not even said though. It wasn't even when you watch the show. It's like
Mhm.
it's not even implied that he lost his powers. So
that true. That
did
true.
he lose his powers? Like,
I know Butcher did.
I mean, he was gonna die anyway. Didn't he have cancer? So I mean,
I mean, he's another. I hated Homelander and I hated Butcher too, and I hated Huey. I think Huey was so weak. Ugh.
but he survived, child. He made it through. Like, I mean,
I mean, he a
I
white
give
man.
the
He gonna
boys their
survive.
things. I just would have loved to see again visually, and they set us up. Do you remember the promo for the boys this season? It depicted we never got to visually see Homelander in space because I always question that: can he survive in space?
Mm. He should be able
Obviously,
to.
well, they referenced it when he flew that billionaire into space.
Mm-hmm.
But we never saw him do that. But you had posters and promo posters of him hovering over the earth.
Yes.
There was the hovering over the White House as he burned it down. There were so many different. And then remember in the, I think it was the second season or something like that, where he told Annie, like, if you tell the world what I did, he gave a plan on what he would do to bring the end of the world, basically. If
Mm-hmm.
he is that, and everyone else referenced him being that powerful. So again, in my anger and fury, I asked the question, how the fuck do we end up here? It's like Bugs Bunny killed him. This is giving Space Jam, girl. Like, I don't understand.
That's
I don't
social.
understand. How do we get here? But whatever. I guess this is just
Yeah.
what's expected these last couple years. Ever since that trash of Love and Thunder with Thor,
Oh
there's
God,
so
I'm so mad. I spent my money to go see that in theaters. So I fell asleep in the theater because I was like, mm-mm.
trash. Like there's so
Horrible.
many
Y'all
levels of
wasted.
trash.
Y'all wasted Valkyrie. Y'all
Yeah,
wasted Valkyrie.
they wasted a lot of stuff.
A
They
lot of
wasted
stuff.
the She-Hulk, they wasted the
Oh
Winter
God, that was
Soldier girl.
who wrote
They
that
wasted
RuPaul? That was so campy and weird. I didn't like that.
child that trash. Now I'm not gonna lie, I did like the little girl with those bracelets. Did you watch that show?
Oh, I did Miss Marvel. I love
That
Miss
was cute.
Marvel
That
was
was cute
good.
though for a
Miss Marvel
children's.
was good.
It was cute.
I
Yeah,
did, and the Marvels was actually. I thought the Marvels were. People were giving the Marvels a lot. I
I
was
actually
like,
liked it
it was good, but you know who it was? It was misogynistic people saying
because
only
all women. Okay,
women, and two of them of color. But
yeah,
that
that's
movie was.
true.
I watched that movie again. That was so good. I thought
I
the
watch
Marvels
it
were
again here
good.
and there. Now you see that ending. This is why it's important. Like, what if these post credits y'all bitches be talking about how important they are and how they're linked to a greater purpose? But we're
Mm-hmm.
not going to revisit Homegirl down to the alternate universe with the X-Men bitch.
Right. Right. Exactly. It's been like what
Girl,
3-4 years.
yes, like that. And then by
Y'all
the
take
time
too
y'all
long.
finally get to these points, those actresses and those people are gonna be old as dust.
And they're gonna be like the Euphoria cast. They don't want to do it no more.
I'm telling you, because you're supposed to look like a high schooler, but you're 40 years old. Girl,
Right.
please.
Exactly. I agree with you. I'm not even excited to see this Doctor Doom. And why is this Tony Stark playing Doctor Doom? I don't understand. Y'all couldn't recast somebody else?
You know, I'm not really mad at it because I live, Julian McMahon, may he rest in peace. He died, he passed away like 2 years ago or whatever.
Who?
He Julian McMahon, he played Doctor Doom when they had in the first
Oh yes. Oh, Cole from
from the Charm, Honey
Oh,
Hella
Charm,
Bad.
yes. Nip Tuck.
Yes. And I just feel like you need a certain presence, and I do feel like Robert can tap into that. Either it could have been him
Maybe.
or it could have been someone like what's
Anybody.
his name? Either Edris Elba or
I can see Idris Elba, but he's already but y'all killed off his character anyway, so
Who? Oh, Hamna. Girl,
Yeah.
they don't care about another girl as many times they use some of these white boys to repurpose these characters.
Hmm.
I would have been perfectly fine with it. Cause if you're gonna do something and do it.
I need to see Namor again because Namor is a very interesting character in Marvel. I know.
That
We
just
know you.
reminds.
We know you didn't like Black Panther too. I liked it. I didn't
Uh,
love it that much.
mm-mm.
I'll rewatch it. Did you watch? I'm
Ironheart.
yeah.
I did try that shit was another
I didn't
moment
hate
where
it.
I was gassed up, girl, and then I'm just so left disappointed. I'm like,
I
oh
did.
my
I
god.
wasn't this. I thought it was better than what people was giving it. Again, you see a black woman, and y'all people hated it before it even came out.
I just look at certain elements. Like I don't. I've never been one of those people that care about like switching out like black characters, white characters type shit. I
Hmm.
care about story, right? I care about the story. I care about does it make sense? Am I invested emotionally? Like, well, how's the acting?
Same.
And like, what's the writing looking like? Like, how are we doing these transitions? I just think when you introduce a character as powerful, Mephisto, now you're diving into
Yeah.
the
Y'all-
supernatural realm of it all. Marvel does not do a good job with that, unfortunately, as we see with Ghost Rider. Like in a lot, they don't do well with
I
going into the
didn't. I looked
supernatural
at that.
realm.
I was like, I'm not watching that.
It
But
just wasn't. It doesn't. It wasn't written well.
but
That's
then
been.
it makes me think, did the people that write these things for Marvel or the Boys or DC or Invincible, did y'all do your research on the comics? Did y'all do your research on the material, on the original material? Did y'all research? Did y'all read? Did y'all invest?
Because
What did
when
y'all
we
do?
get in, because when we get into that the Mephisto story, now we talk about
Mm-hmm.
Wanda. Now we bring in Wanda because she's heavily. We're talking about chaos magic.
Mm-hmm.
Then we talk about bringing in Doctor Strange in that situation. Then we talk about bringing in
Agatha.
all of those Agatha, yes, and then other
That was so
elements
good.
of
That
that
was
cake.
good.
Because remember in the D, not DC,
Marvel.
in Marvel, way back then, they that story kind of was like touched on a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and you have all of these different elements that I just don't think Marvel has proven. Because Ironheart, remember her homegirls, people were witches.
Yeah, and we introduced them. Are we gonna get them back? We
I
probably gonna get
that's
them
the
after
thing
five
though.
years.
You end up doing that kind of stuff because
Mm-hmm.
it's good for the moment, but not thinking, damn, we have to find a way to carry this
Mm-hmm.
on because that's what's going to make sense for these particular stories.
Right. And y'all are supposed to make young Avengers. They not gonna be young. They're gonna be old Avengers. They're not gonna be young no more.
I really, honestly, if we're going to tell the truth, like I think animation has been taken off. I just, if
I miss Saturday morning cartoons.
I just think that it's taken off. Like I'm rewatching the Clone Wars on Disney Plus and just seeing how
See,
good and
I'm
I
not a
just
Star Wars person. I tried. I can't get into it.
I love, I'm a weirdo. I love the space stuff, so
I,
I'm a big Star Wars
same,
fan. But
same. But it's
just
like,
like watching their animation, just like proves they probably just do better. So
mhm.
maybe in order to save what they need to save, that way the powers and the action can continue. Moving forward, maybe just most of these leave out the live action stuff and just go lean back into the animation of it all.
Mhm.
The only thing I really again want, need, require, desire is I really want them to tap into the popular characters that have been left out for years, like Storm. She needs her story told. Like,
I need people that understand her to write for her. I
yeah,
don't need nobody that barely understand who Storm is, cause y'all be whitewashing her, making her just she not Al Roker. All she could do is move wind and shit. No,
yeah.
mm-mm.
We're talking about a literal goddess who has many
Exactly.
layers, many levels, emotional depth, power, rage. There's so many different
So
layers
many.
to Storm, and that it just has to be taken care of. And I was gonna say Ryan Coogler, but girl, after that last trash,
That was not.
um,
I don't
I
think it was
just
trash.
it was
I
trash.
think it was not. But see,
It
we all
was
know
a,
that
it was you know why
sequels.
I really, ultimately why there's two reasons why I didn't like it. The main reason is y'all got too emotionally connected to Chadwick Boseman.
Mm,
Girl, love him down, respect the king, that's great. But again, we're talking about characters. The actor passed away, not the character. Now, the second thing that pissed me off is now how is a black man going to literally sit around here and create something that is false. You made it look as if Neymar's people, those people were the first people. They were not. History has already proven that our ancestors were the first people. So I just did not like that mix because I think it false information, misinformation, and how is this a black man put them above us? That really weirded me out, and it made me disgusted a little bit, to be honest with you. Because if you look at the movie, you're like, oh, you're trying to say like they had the vibranium first, they have these elements first. Girl, bye. Who's this? Yeah, who like all that stuff. What is that? Hold on, I'm so sorry.
No problem.
Oh, okay. But no, like I have issue with, that mainly because like, how dare you do that? No, we know that the first continent, the first civilization ever, where the first people dwelled, where the first people created society, all kinds of, government and shit, even the pantheon in the order in which the Egyptian people, girl, we were the first. And even prior to that, we were the first. And evidence in life supports that. So why are we out here? No. I just took offense to that. I know it's probably weird, but whatever.
No, I understand where you're coming from, but like I said, to me, sequels, people that look to see the sequel to be better than the original, don't do it. Like it's you're not going to. I like to go into a sequel as if it's the first time you're retelling it, so I can enjoy it a little bit more. I'm like, okay, this is something new, different. But I enjoyed this conversation. We gotta do this again. Maybe next week we could talk about Invincible. Hopefully I'm done by then because I'm still up to this war, and I'll be honest, it's not grasping me. Cause every time I see Nolan, I'm like, this man, this one. The Viltrumites.
Well, when you see what ends up happening to his ass,
yeah, I know it's like a big. That's why I'm trying not to read too much, like on YouTube and Instagram about Invincible, because I'm like, yeah, I want to be surprised. But as you guys know, it's me, Z. We have a little. It was fun. I like having this. Thank you again, YB, for coming.
No, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course, because I know you love talking about all this stuff. Again, as we approach June, y'all know it's Pride Month. I will be having like a little. Like I said, I'm writing a comic book. I'm gonna have like little inserts here and there up to coming up to the big reveal and all of that. So be on the lookout, especially if you have me on TikTok and Instagram. I think it is both of them are Didi_Demir which is the same thing as that's right here. But like I said, I had fun, and hopefully maybe next week we'll talk about Invincible. Amongst other things, because I'm pushing myself to. Because how long ago this finished? Like what, 2 months now? This season, and I'm still watching
it. It ended in April, I think.
In April, yeah, almost 2
April,
months.
May, early May, somewhere around now.
Yeah, but yeah. As you guys know, it's me, D, and I will talk to y'all later. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, as well as if you have not subscribed to YB, his channel is right here.
Thank you.
No problem, of course. Anything you want to say? Are you good?
Oh, I'm good, child. Again, thanks for having me. I love these conversations, and let's keep it going, honey. I'm here for it.
All right, I'll talk to y'all later.
Bye.